Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another CRV scripting tutorial video. For today, we're going to be going over CRV business and how it works with and without CRV banking. Again, you will not need CRV banking for the script to work. The CRV banking just configures into the script, and you also don't need CRV business for CRV banking to work, and vice versa. So I'm going to go over all the functionality of CRV businesses, how it works with CRV banking. All of the same functions will be the same without CRV banking, but then I will also show the parts that are not included with CRV business that CRV banking adds, and how the business script works without those in, and the alternatives that work when you're not using CRV banking. So if you're using CRV banking, what you'll do is you'll go in here, or wherever you have your CRV bank set up. You will create your account. I'm not going to go into depth about the CRV banking script. You would go to your account, then you would go to the business tab. You would go to a new account. And you would go, and I'll just name this test biz. If you want to see more on the banking, feel free to watch the CRV banking account video. So then we made this business account in the business tab. We clicked new account. We made our account. We named it test biz, and now we have our business account. Now we're going to run across the street where I have placed a general store business for sale with the admin tool that I will show up in this video as well. You can see this is listed for $6,000. I will click G, opens this menu. I will purchase this for $6,000. Yes. Now you can see the circle changed from green to blue. When a circle is green, anyone can see it, and that means that this business is for sale. When it is blue, the owner or whoever is working at that business is the only people that can see this green circle. Same with the prompts. Neither one of those show unless you work there or the business is for sale. So after we've bought the business, then we're going to hit G to manage business, and it's going to open this menu here. And you can see if you're using CRV banking, you're going to have this tab right here, which is the routing tab. We're going to copy the CRV right there, that routing number. We hit Control C, copy that. Then we're going to run back to our bank account. You only have to do this step if you have CRV banking. I'll show you how the funds work if you don't have CRV banking. Then we'll go in here, we'll open our bank account, we'll go to business, go down to the business account we opened for this one, and we will paste our routing number in, and we'll hit link. It tells us we have successfully linked the store. You can see here it's been linked. Now let's go back to the business. Now we'll manage this again, and you can see here it is linked our business account successfully, and it tells us that here as well. This here is where you list your business for sale. So if I put this up for $1,000, hit listing, you see now that there's circle is back to green, meaning the business is up for sale. I will remove this because I don't want to sell the business, and it tells you here what the price is. So this here and the circle will know your business is for sale. The price isn't there and the circle is not green, business isn't for sale. The name of the business is here. So this, if you enable blips for certain businesses, this is the name of the store that will show up on the blip. This is the job ID. So this is the ID the character gets in the player job for VORP. So that's listed there. That is all customizable with the admin menu, which I will show you here. Same with the storage slots, also customizable within the config when you're replacing businesses. Next, we'll go to the company. This is where you hire, fire, and create ranks. You can see here I have a rank already called employee, but let's make a new one. Make a new one. We'll call it manager, and we'll give it level 2. And this here is all the different permissions. So storage gives the player access to the storage. Billing gives them access to billing. Manage gives them ability to create ranks and delete ranks. Hire and fire gives them the ability to hire and fire from those said ranks. Upgrade gives them the ability to use the upgrade tab. View logs gives them the ability to view the logs. Manage funds, if you're using CRV banking, will automatically add any player in this rank. So this manager rank, any player within this manager rank, if they're in this rank and manage funds is on and you're using CRV banking, they will automatically get added to your CRV banking business account. From there, you will have to go into your CRV business banking account and actually give them the withdrawal and deposit perms. This is like a two-step verification deal. So like, say you want someone to be able to just view the funds, but not actually deposit or withdraw. You can do that here. It also is a easier way to add a bulk amount of people to your banking business account without having to go into the business account and add them manually, which you can do. Check that out on the banking video for CRV banking. This just allows it to where anyone within this rank will automatically be added to the CRV banking side. If you're not using CRV banking, managed funds will give them full access to funds, which will be listed as another tab here that is called funds, and will work essentially as the bank does, where you withdraw and deposit funds, but it's all within the business menu here. I will show you how that works at the end of the video, how this whole script works without CRV banking. Manage NPC store allows players to fully manage, so that means place, delete, move, and put items in and remove items from NPC stores. NPC stock means it gives the player the ability to add and remove items from NPC stores. They cannot place, delete, or move NPC stores. Pay amount is how much the player will get paid. If you're using CRV banking, you can click this or this one. Both means 50-50 split, so $50 would go into their wallet and $50 would go into their banking account. If you're not using CRV banking and you're just using the script standalone, you will click cash, because banking and both only work with CRV banking. You click cash, and $100 will get deposited into this player's wallet, either, let's say, every hour, every minute, every day, or every week. You can choose that there. And that is real life time, by the way. So every real life day, every real life hour, every real life minute, and so on. So that's how those work. Billing is pretty self-explanatory. $100. Goods. Select recipient in the world. Click on recipient. They were sent a bill for $100 in spending, and you will get a receipt once the player rejects or accepts the bill. If you're using CRV banking, the player will go to their business bills to accept or reject a business bill sent by a business. If you're not using CRV banking, CRV business has a NPC called an accountant that you can move and place anywhere you wish, that just has the billing menu in it for them to accept or reject bills. Upgrade. This is where you upgrade your business inventory slots. This is all configured by the admin when setting up the business. How many slots that your storage gets on default, how many upgrades can be done, and how much per upgrade. So this one is only going to give 10 slots per $1,000. Again, that is all configurable when setting up the business. And if we go to logs literally everything done with inside the business: hire, fires, goods sold, bills made, transfer of business, business bought, so on. If it happens within the business, it will be logged here. And then now let's go to NPC stores. This here is how players can place stores down for other players to buy from when they're not online. If you wish for this to be available. If you don't wish for the players to be able to do this, you can just set this to 0 in the config. So 0 to 0 NPC store players can be placed, and your players will not be able to place NPC stores. Warning, I have this set to 5 for testing purposes, but in your own server, I would recommend either 1 to 3 minimum or maximum for your server, just due to the fact that RedM does have a 400 ped limit servers on the client side. So if you wish, not to have any issues, I would recommend keeping this below 3 at the max. So if we click place NPC, we have 4 NPC types to choose from. I'm going to choose this guy. I'm going to go test drop. I'm going to hit enter placement mode. And then if I come out of here, now you can see that I have a preview of the NPC that resembles the image we saw on the menu. To rotate, I just hit my scroll wheel, left or right, down for left, up for right. Let's go put him in this corner. I will hit G to place him, and for some reason in RedM, whenever you're placing an NPC, either with Spoonie or, for example, this here, NPCs will place towards you the way they're facing away from you. So I'll place this here, and you can see he's placed there. We can open him. There's nothing here. So let's go put something in there. We go back to the manage business, and we go to NPC stores again. and we go to manage, we can add an item. So we will choose an item, go to seeds, since this is a general store, confirm, place 5, and let's put 15. You can change the display label if you wish. It is auto-generated just by whatever the label is in your database for this item. You can change it if you wish. You could put lemon seed, but we'll just leave it as is for testing. Save to store. You can see it added the item there. We can remove it, or we can restock it, and it tells us how much and the amount that is currently in the store. Go back to our NPC and take a look. If we open the shop, you can see our seed is there. It tells us how many is available. Let's buy 2. See, it's also listing how much it's worth. We'll buy 2. Took $30 from us. Now we have 7 back in our inventory. We go back to the manage. We go to NPC stores. You can see now that we are at 3. If we hit the restock button, it will ask us if we wish to restock this same item and how much we wish to pull from our inventory. So let's say 5. We have 7 in our inventory. Let's pull 5. Pulled 5 from our inventory, made this 8. If we look in our inventory, now we have 2. Let's go back. Now I've shown you how to add items. Let's move our NPC. Let's say maybe he's not where we want him. We'll click the move button, and then let's put him over here. You can see he's automatically moved, and if we open him, the seeds are still there. Nothing has changed, and there's no invisible or any lacking NPC here. Great. Now let's go back to the manage business. Go to NPC store here. We can remove him if we wish. That's there, and then this is the rest of the menu. We can remove the item if we wish. We click this, click confirm. You can see the rest of the storage, the rest of the stock that was in the NPC is added back into my inventory if I have enough storage. So just keep in mind when you're removing items from your player storage store, make sure you have enough storage in your player inventory. Now let's go back and let's add these seeds back to this store. Let's add 5, and we'll make it 15 again. Now if we do this, and we go to sales ledger, there we go. We sold 2 packs earlier for 15 pack. We made $30 today, and 30 this week total, and 30 this week all this month. Today is Saturday because I'm recording this at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So at Saturday, we have $30. And if we go through each day, click right here, month 37th, March the 7th, 2026, we have $30 in revenue. We can click item sales, shows us the item for weekly, shows us what day and how many, 7-day trend, shows you here. We get a full overview. We get a 30-day item sales graph, tells us each month day, the year, and if we hover over this, it tells us today, seed lemon, total sold. And at the bottom, it tells us the color of this item on the graph. If we scroll down, see 2 units sold, revenue is $30, $50 average price, top seller. We are in the first week of March, so you can see here, March 1st through 7th, we sold 2 seeds. Now if we back out of this, actually, let's not do that. Let's actually go back in here and add another item. Let's add some wood. We'll save this to the store. And then if we then go to the store over here, and if we buy from him, let's buy 4. Bought 4 logs for $60. We go back, and we open the business menu again, and go back to the sales ledger. You can now see sea lemon is given a new color, and lumber has taken the yellow color. It is now our top seller. It has sold 4 more units. And sea lemon at $60 revenue, $50 average price. Our seed lemon is the second most popular item sold in our store. Again, first week of March, we sold 4. It tells us here 4 lumber pine wood logs sold today. And then we have our seed limits. The more items you add, the more colors are generated and assigned to that item. Same if we go back to item sales, you can see here, lumber, pine, wood, logs, 7-day trend, or sold on a Saturday. Same thing with revenue. Our revenue went up just like it did when we bought the seeds. Let's go back here, manage, I'll remove this as well. Then I'll remove the NPC. You can see he's gone. If we walk over there, no more store. Now, I've pretty much showed you everything except for hiring. To hire a player, you would click this. It displays the ranks that are all the ranks that are within your business. You click the rank, and it's a similar feature as the billing. You just click on the person, and it hires them. Now, let's go back to CRV banking, and I'll show you one more thing. Again, this is if you are using CRV banking. We open this, and if we go to business account, you will see the money we made in our NPC store went directly to our business account. We made a total of $90. It is here in our business account, and we can withdraw the $90. You can see there. So that's how the script works with CRV banking. I'm going to turn off the connection with CRV banking. That can be in the config, and then I will come back and we'll show you how it works without it. Welcome back. I've now turned off CRV banking connection in the config, which I will show at the end of the video. And let's check it out, and I'll show you how it works. So now if we open our business menu, same thing. Nothing has really changed except for this. We have a funds tab. We go to the funds tab. You will see here we now have a new spot where all of the money goes. Now let's set up that NPC again. Just make this quick. I'll put him right here. Let's go add an item to him. Same process. And now, if we open our manage business, if we go to funds, you will see our $45 is there from the purchase of those seats, and we can withdraw that from here. And you can see it went to our account, or our wallet rather. For this to be available to other ranks in your business, you will go to their rank like I showed you earlier, and you will give them the same manage perm as you do to add them to your business account in CRV banking. Nothing else changes except for one more thing, and that's the billing. So if we go here and I send myself another bill for $100, let's now go to the accountant, and I'll show you how the accountant works when you're not using CRV banking. Okay, now we're at the accountant. Similar spot as the bank. You can move these if you wish. Just a simple copy chords and place them somewhere else with the TX admin. So let's open up the accountant billing app. Similar menu effect as the rest of my stuff. And you can see here, we can pay or reject the two bills we have. Reject one, let's pay the other one. Now if we go to history, we'll show you bills selected, or settled rather, I bet. Shows we rejected one, shows we paid one. This is also the menu, if you're not using CRV banking, where the player-to-player bill will show. That's what this ID is here for. If I look up my own self, it shows my player, and then I can't send myself bills. It won't allow players to send themselves bills. But if I was sending this to someone else, I could bill them through here for the player-to-player billing that's available in the CRV banking. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the CRV business script. Let's hop over to the configs, and I will show you how each config works and how you can config this to better suit your server. Alrighty, we're in the config now for CRV business. You will see here at the top, this is just simple debug option. It's normally set to false. If you're having issues and need to make a ticket, and the CRV Discord, please make sure this is set to true and you're getting more debug messages in your F8. This here is the job that will be given to a player when they are fired or lose their business. That is given through this right here. This is the max owned businesses. So this is the max amount of businesses a player can own. This can be set to whatever number you wish. Again, all of this is configurable. Same here. This is the max amount of businesses a player can work at. So I have it set to 2 for default. And this is the max amount a player can bill another player. That has changed here. One thing I didn't show that I forgot to show is transferring from one business to another business is super simple. All you do is you walk up from one business. So you own one and you walk up to another, you buy it, and to swap back and forth, it's just a simple prompt that says switch to this business, press that prompt, and it switches for you. It's that simple. Now, this here uses group VORP admin. So this uses the group, right? Admin group names. If you use VORP admin, it's that simple. If you want to add manual identifiers, you can do that here as well. This is the routing prefix for the business. So if you're using CRV banking, you know how it says CRV and then the number, you can change that here. You can change that to the abbreviation of your own server. This here is the interaction keys for all of the props. This is for opening the business menu. This is for the storage key. If we scroll down, this is the proximity. Just self-explanatory. A lot of this is commented out for your ease of use. This is the ground circles, colors, and distances and radiuses. So this is the for sale color. When it's businesses for sale, this is the color it will show. Default is set to green. And for owned, or if it's one you're working at, default color is set to blue. This here is the admin panel, which I will show here in a moment. This is the connection for CRV banking. You will set this to true if you're using CRV banking. And this here at the bottom is where all the accountants are locations are listed, and you can make new ones just by going below this one, spacing out, copying this order, putting it below that, and then filling out the chords. This here, again, something to do with the admin menu, which I will show here in a minute. When creating a business, you can select money upgrades for the slots or items. For the items, you will go to your database, you will select the database label, not the label of like what shows in your inventory, but like the actual item ID that you create. You'll put that in here, and that will show up in the admin menu when you're choosing from which item to add for the player to actually use to upgrade their storage. I'll explain that a little bit better once I show you. This here is just the default job assigned to a player when removed, so on. More of the same at the top. This here is the max NPCs per business, so the max NPC storage you can have. This is the max stock limit, so this isn't the max limit you can put per item, so like you can have like as many items as you want, but it's the max per item, right? So I can only have 20 seeds, 20 wood, that kind of thing. No, I just get that wrong. I'm brain dead. So this here is the NPC stock limit. This is for the amount of items you have, so you can have multiple items on your stores, right? So you could have logs, and you could put 100 logs in, right? That's not what it's controlling. It's controlling the amount of per single items you can have, not the quantity of those items you can have in those. This is the interaction distance to open the player stores, and then this is where you will list, this is where the custom NPC models are listed. I wouldn't recommend changing these. You can if you want, but they won't match the player image. They won't match the images on the menu. Again, you can change the UI if you wish. I just wouldn't recommend it because you can break it, because the server-side code will be hidden and you won't be have access to that. So again, you can change these if you wish. Just know it won't show the same on the images. Now let's hop over back to the game for one final thing, and that's to show you the admin panel when creating businesses for players. Alrighty, so we're back out here. I'm just going to create it out here for simple ease of use and showcase. Walk over here. To create a business, you will first need to be an admin. It is by character or by admin group. Right now, by default, is set to per character. That way, like for me and my admin team in Blood and Spurs RP, we have it set to where we have different characters for our admin duties. So that's what I have it set, and the script is default. So the command is create business, and you hit enter. It opens this admin menu, and this is where everything can be changed. First, let's go to all businesses. All businesses lists every single business that is placed within the game and is on the database, and you can delete them from this menu. So just keep in mind that whoever your admins are, they can delete every single business from here if they wish. So make sure you choose your admins wisely. Here you can mark private, or you can list for sale. Say you have a player that hasn't been in a couple weeks and you wish to get rid of their business. Instead of deleting it, you can just list it for sale so another player can take that business. Whatever the business was last listed for, so say this player bought, for example, this one is 6,000, and say your player wasn't in for a couple weeks and you wanted to list it for sale, you would click this and it would put it for the last listed sale it was at. Create a business, you just give it the name. This doesn't matter, this can be whatever, so we'll just use the example given, the old balloon. And then this is the job name. See how it says VORP? But this is the job name that is given to your player in the job ID for VORP. So if you have a script that requires a job ID, this matters because this is what's given to that part of that script. So we'll do this as Saloon Job Gold. And then we'll leave the blip empty. You can make the blip whatever you want. Base storage for this is going to be 5,000. Slots per upgrade is going to be 100. Max upgrades, let's do 10. This is where I was showing you items. I don't have this configured for items in my server, so I can't really show you this other than whatever items you have in your database. You put those in the config like I showed you, and then you will come here and click on them and then adjust how many of those items it will take per upgrade. So say we want leather and iron ingots, needs 5 of both to upgrade their slots for 100. They can do this 10 times, or we can do money. $1,000 for 100 slots, 10 max. You can then also put your chords for wherever you wish this to be, or you can click this button to use wherever your character is standing to place the business. Once you're done with that, the final option is to list this for purchase or private admin assigned. I'm just going to leave it for purchase, and we will create business. At the bottom you can see it said created there, and over here you can see it said it created. We go back out and we can see it was created. And that's it. That's CRV business. So I hope you enjoyed the script. If you have any other questions or need any more info, I will leave the link in the description to CRV Discord, where you can join and ask questions there. There's community support, and there's also ability to open tickets. I will also leave Blood and Spurs RP if you're looking for an RP server to join and have fun on. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy CRV business and any other scripts you find. Take care.